They care for Kenya's most vulnerable mental health patients. Yet every 3 months, they say they are forced to wonder whether they will still have a job. This is the story of contract nurses at Mathari National Teaching and Referral Hospital. Inisa Molo spoke to a few who shared their frustrations to KTN.
For these contract nurses at Mathari National Teaching and Referral Hospital, every 3 months brings the same uncertainty. A contract expires, another one is signed, and the countdown begins again.
We've never received an actual payslip, so it's a consolidated fee of about 30,000 shillings.
They say for nearly 5 years, they have cared for patients at Kenya's largest referral mental health hospital, while living with constant fear that each contract renewal could be their last.
So we've worked all along hoping to be employed permanently or with better payment terms.
They perform the same duties as permanent nurses, but they say the similarities end there.
It doesn't make sense for you.
Because you've been there for a very long time and then they're coming and they're getting better terms, but you still have to teach them the job.
Exactly, because they know nothing.
The nurses also question why they continue to earn significantly less despite carrying out the same responsibilities as their permanent colleagues.
But now you reach a point like you want to go to borrow a loan in a bank. You get there, the only thing you have been asked for is a payslip. Now when you come back to your contract, there's no way that you're entitled to any payslip.
The workload itself is another challenge. Some of the nurses told us that during certain shifts, a single nurse may be responsible for about 70 and 90 patients, many requiring constant observation and specialized psychiatric care.
According to my contract, I should work 6 days in a week.
Do you get compensated for public holidays?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But is it continuously, or do you have to have
No,
a day spread across?
It depends on the shortage. So again, you have to cover that shortage that way, because if they have any shortage, they cannot give you any PH or something. They don't.
The World Health Organization does not prescribe a universal nurse-to-patient ratio for mental health facilities, leaving countries to set their own standards. However, many national guidelines recommend ratios of about 1 nurse for every 4 to 6 patients in acute adult psychiatric units.
If one of us has fallen ill, for instance, we have people who have had injuries at work. Unfortunately, even the hospital cannot support them. And for sick offs, they may allow, but with pressure. That's why you're on sick off.
Ironically, while caring for thousands of patients every year, some say accessing health care for themselves remains a struggle.
The share deduction is done from the payment you get.
Yes.
However, you cannot access medical services at that level 6 facility.
Yeah, we can't get any at Mathari.
Okay.
You have to go maybe look for it elsewhere. Okay. Or unless you're willing to pay your own cash or look for avenues on how to get the treatment.
Working in a psychiatric hospital also comes with dangers many healthcare workers never encounter. They say assaults and injuries are part of the job.
Kofi ilitoka sijui wapi. Mimi niliona tu kofi imekuja. Mgonjwa ameniweka kofi.
It was on a morning shift. I reported with a colleague. We had more than 70 patients in that ward. We did our drug medication administration. We were done, and then it was time for ward round. I went down. Everybody is trying to escape from that ward, that room. He manages to carry one of the chairs that was inside. He's hitting me. I need to protect first my head.
They care for patients battling mental illness every day, but many say the emotional burden of doing so while living with job insecurity is taking a toll on their own mental well-being.
I've gone through depression, you can see. So, some of the triggers, I can't be working for the mental health patients, and that's the same place that is triggering you. You are not being even paid on time.
For female nurses, they say motherhood has become another source of anxiety.
I was just almost, so I told the in charge, I'm pregnant. So what can we do about it? Like, as you arrange the duties, can you like arrange them in such a way where you can accommodate my situation? And you know what she told me? Like, sorry, you'll just have to work until the day you deliver. True to her word, I literally went into labor while I was waiting to hand over in the morning. I did night shift throughout, and I started labor. I remember the labor started as I waited for the nurse who's supposed to come in the morning.
Some told KTN that starting or growing a family has become difficult because of the uncertainty surrounding their employment. They have to hide their pregnancies for their 3-month contract to survive the 3 trimesters.
They denied me my leave, so they just gave me 1 month.
1 month.
Yeah, I went for maternity leave for 1 month, and that month it wasn't even reflected on the rota. On the rota, it showed I'm on duty. My duties were arranged. Zote.
Beyond the hospital walls, they say the insecurity follows them home. Planning for the future has become almost impossible.
Because since we came there, they have not declared any vacancy.
They have not declared any vacancies?
None whatsoever.
Okay.
But what we're seeing is just at times you get somebody has been sent from the ministry. In as much as she's saying we have to deliberate with the board at the facility. We get people sent from other counties. They're coming into Mathari with PNP terms. Others have been sent also from, I think, the UHC staff. They have been absorbed permanently when they're at Mathari. So that begs the question, what about us? We have been there for that long enough.
Since 2021.
Since 2021.
Many also say fear has kept them silent. They claim they have been warned against speaking publicly about their working conditions, leaving them feeling trapped between protecting their livelihoods and demanding for their rights. Eunice Omolo, KTN, Nairobi.
Ahead, after this break, we bring you the Health Digest.